We are all like an energy field of charged particles for development, success, and prosperity. We charge each other with joy, strength, positivity, and love. And of course, the energy is distributed naturally. Sattva, rajas, and tamas. It happens that a weak link appears in our system at some certain moment. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Who are the weak link people? They are those who are close to tamas-guna. And when they fail to do something, they do not want to change themselves or anything, and therefore begin to condemn something. Do you know about Gaius Julius Caesar? He could do 3 things at once, and they say that the brother of Gaius Julius Caesar also knew how to do 3 things simultaneously: to cry, be offended, and envy his brother's things. It was certain Marcus Junius Brutus, his brother, later betrayed him. The most interesting thing is that the history of traitors is constantly repeated. After all, San psychology is unchangeable. There are always tamasic people who are jealous or want to achieve something, but they can't because they don't want to change. It was the same with Judas, who betrayed Christ. It was the same with Devadatta, the Buddha's cousin who betrayed him. Tried to kill him several times, turned all the disciples against him, and even created a whole clan of those who were dissatisfied with the Buddha. My God, how could one be dissatisfied with a Buddha? So he created a group of all these trolls, in modern terms, and they started trolling Buddha. But in the end, it didn't work out. He and all these students scattered, because there was nothing creative in their group. They only condemned. And then, at some point, people in Devadatta's group said, "Devadatta, we understand that Buddha is not doing well, but what will we do with you?" And he said, "We will condemn Buddha." They said, "No, we are no longer interested in this. It has already become boring." And they all ran away from him. Devadatta thinks, "I am going to ask Buddha for forgiveness." Of course, the enlightened teacher forgave him because he had an expanded consciousness. But you must agree, it's not good to be like that. There is always a charged integral structure, charged to the extent that no dark force can penetrate, but the dark force finds a weak link to penetrate. Consider the story of the city of Troy. There was once a strong, invincible Troy, and that's exactly why some thought about how to defeat it. They sent in a Trojan horse. That is, they found some kind of entrance through which they could penetrate and spread some kind of virus or infection. There is even a Trojan virus now in the computer world, which despite sophisticated systems, finds every possible way to penetrate and break the entire computer. The same story was in the legendary movie The Matrix, where there was Zion, the city of free people who fought for humanity. None of the machines could get into it in any way, but there was one disgruntled character who said, "Connect me to the Matrix. I am ready to do anything, just not to develop, just not to see reality." And he betrayed Morpheus. Can I ask you a question? Did he say what he expects from you? Why are you here? Wow, you're in trouble. You have to save the world. This is some kind of madness. I'm scared. We have a deal, Mr. Reagan? It's funny. I know it's not real. And when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix will inspire me with taste. Do you know what I've decided in the 10 years I've been free? Ignorance is bliss. So we have a deal. I want to forget everything.
Nothing.
10 years, do you understand me?
Понимаете меня?
I want to become rich and famous.
И знаменитым.
Someone important.
Well,
Скажем,
let's say an actor.
Whatever
All right, Mr. Reagan.
Mr. Reagan.
Okay.
Okay,
хорошо.
Get my
I'll get everything you need.
Все, что вам нужно.
And then you connect my body to the
Подключите моё
matrix.
тело.
what you want.
Access codes to Zion's main computer.
Главному компьютеру Зиона.
I told
Я
you
же
I
говорю,
don't
что
know
их не
them.
знаю.
I'll give you
Я
someone who
знаю,
knows
кто
them.
их знает.
Morpheus.
Морфеуса.
What can we do? There may be, of course, the other extreme. The fact is that under the Soviet Union, they tried to look for such enemies of the people, traitors. Anyone could have become such a traitor. Of course, this is the other extreme. It is not so important for us to look for these traitors and to impale them as to clearly understand for ourselves that I will not be such a traitor. The most interesting thing is that such traitors at first did not think that they would betray, because they were dissolving in the rays of the sun. They were dissolving in the rays of the radiance of some enlightened or king. Next to them, they were very loyal and open. There was no way that they could be rivals. But at the moment when they were alone, the dark forces attacked them and said, "Look, he has it, but you don't have it. Look, he has some flaws. Buddha has so many flaws. Christ has so many flaws. Betray him now. And then you will become higher. You will become better." So a narrow-minded person is deceived by dark forces because they say, if you lower him, then you will become higher. But this never happens. Friends, I appeal to your conscience. This is a question to yourself. God, please grant that I may never become like this, because in the end, even if the dark forces do this to me, I will still stay in tamas. Sand psychology has not disappeared anywhere and will not disappear. As it was 2,000 years ago and as it was 4,000 years ago, so it will be in 1,000 years. If you don't want to do something, then you won't change. No matter how you betray, no matter how you condemn, it will not change anything. Now, there are a lot of trolls on the internet. That is, those people who haven't done anything themselves except for condemning anyone. This is called unreasonable criticism, and such people are very displeasing to God because God is for creation. Any positive energy creates something. That is, a person understands why they shouldn't condemn something, rather, they should do something. For example, I have just recorded a video for you. I did something, put out the light, and thought of something to help you. There is some creation. What is destruction? Destruction is when a person has nothing of their own and tries to somehow destroy something that exists. Such trolls, unfortunately, do not create themselves and are unhappy about it. Because man is happy in creation. When you help some person, they get better, and you will get better. Because the flow of God has passed through you, the person has become better, and you have become better. But if you have carried some kind of negative flow through yourself, like, it's terrible there, don't go there, there's something awful, I'll tell you now. And the person became ill after that. They began to have doubts. They began to cry. It made them feel unwell. Naturally, the same thing will happen to you. Therefore, God never supports such yuck. If we recall the history of traitors, they became so ill that they parted with their own lives. Judas hanged himself. The brother of Gallius Julius Caesar pierced himself with a sword. A person does not kill himself afterward. They kill themselves at the moment of betrayal because negative emotions rule them. And the person is already punishing themselves with those negative emotions. Let's not be like all this yuck. We will break through to rajas, that is, to positivity, to activity, and we will share the good news, strengthen the positive, and lead a healthy lifestyle. May it be good for the whole world. We invite you to join spiritual seminars, workshops, and retreats hosted by the Leader Masters. Reveal your superpowers, find your predestination, and accumulate power to gain well-being and bring your goals to life. Send an email saying, "I want to join the seminar" to our mailbox, and we will give you all the information. See you soon.